Good morning, everybody. How are you? Don't mind the chaos that's going on in my house right now. The kids are going nuts. Brandon is trying to preoccupy them so I can jump on here quickly and show you guys how to give yourself an instant facelift with just a great brow shape. Your brow really plays a huge part in the way your face looks like it lifts. So I'm going to just give you guys some tips on how you can create that look with just filling in your brow, whether you use a gel, a shadow, a pomade, whatever your preference is. But let's just get into this and show you guys a little tips. So what you want to do is you want to start your brow about where your tear duct is. If you take your brow pencil or your brow brush, and it's just going to show you, you want your brows to start about there. Obviously, if your eyes are really set apart or really close, you can kind of play with that a little bit, but this is like the general rule of thumb, is that you want them to start about where that tear duct is. Then you are going to take your brow brush and you're going to put it on an angle where your iris is, and you want your arch, your high point of your brow, to be diagonal, and the brow brush to basically go right through your iris and hit that top right corner there. And then you want it to end on a diagonal. If you kind of put it against your like lower lash line area, you don't want it to go past that point. You don't want them down here. So this is going to create a natural facelift for you. We're not doing the spin art right now. No.
Why?
Because mommy's using the box to lift up her camera right now. So I am going to go in with a gel because I really have grown to love these a lot. So it kind of just helps fill it in a little bit naturally. So I'm just going to go in. I use number 1 Strike Rich from Lime Life. So it's actually a colored gel. And it also helps kind of put my hairs in place a little bit. Mine aren't too sparse, but as you can tell, in my arch area, I actually don't have hair there. Like I have very, very minimal hair there. So I'm just going to show you what I do. And then I'm going to take my brow brush, which seriously, this is literally the best brow brush I've ever used. And I'm going to go in and just flick up a little bit and kind of fill in that middle area. Most of the time, obviously, it's your preference on how you really like the coloring to be, but most people like it to almost be like an ombre effect, where it's a little bit lighter in this area and then it fades out, and then it gets darker into here, so it looks thicker. It just tends to look more natural that way, because most people, when we don't fill our brows in, we don't really tend to have a lot of hair and thickness right there. So this will help. And then I just fill this in just a little bit more to get a little bit more specific. That's why I'm going in with the brush itself. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with a shadow. Usually I use number 40, which is my favorite, and I sincerely need to order it because it's gone. But I'm going to use a Corkable, which is I think number 28. I have a good amount of warmth in my hair, so this color really, if you kind of are a warmer blonde brown, this color is really pretty actually to add into your brows. And as you can tell, just putting that shadow in has just filled that space and created that arch for me, which is awesome. And I'm just going to darken my tail a little bit to make it look a little thicker. And now let's say you went too crazy on the center and you're like, oh my God, I look like I have those blocky brows, which I don't want. So you can actually take the spoily end of your brow brush and just kind of fade that away a little bit. And then you could go back if you feel like, okay, now I want to add a little bit more again. You can go back, and I like to go in with the gel because it's a little bit lighter. It's not as opaque as the shadow itself. So I'll go in with the gel and just go back, and I actually keep it on the, oh my God, the horizontal end, and I'll just put it here and flick up. And it just kind of refills that area a little bit for me again. But as you can tell, just putting that brow on really made a huge difference in the way the appearance of my face looks. As you can tell here, I still have a decent shape here too. So if you're somebody who struggles and your brows you don't have an arch, you know, try to shape them the best that you can, tweezing them, waxing them, tell your brow stylist, or if you're tweezing them yourself, you just kind of want to create a little bit of an arch. And if you don't have that hair there, don't worry, neither do I. And as you can tell, with the shadow, I created that arch. So look at that. Look at the difference in my face. Much more lifted in this area. I've done this with a bunch of clients, and it really does just blow their mind when they don't fill in their brows ever, and we do this, and they're like, oh my gosh, wow, my face just seems more lifted, my eyes seem bigger and more open. So that is just a quick, easy way to give yourself like a nice Insta-Facelift with a brow gel and an eyeshadow. So if you enjoyed this video, please share it. It's just another way to support me and my small business, which I love you all for supporting me already. So please share this on your page so you can tell people how to give themselves an Insta-Facelift too. So I'm going to jump off. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye. Love you guys. Mwah.